Welcome back to Bodyworks Gym TV. Today I got Brian here, the owner of the Edge Gym here, but we do all our training and video, and I want to thank him for letting us do this. He's always open his hands and let us walk in here and do it anytime we want to. So we're going to go over some stuff today. Him and I are going to do a little bit of training later on, and then one of the questions we got basically is we kind of went on a little bit before is how old or too old to get started coming into the gym. Basically, like I say, there is no age. I mean, it's basically just getting yourself in here. Obviously, I'm in my middle 50s now. Brian, how old are you?
I'm 59. I'll be 60 in October.
So there you go, right? Exactly. So, I mean, like I say, the main thing, the most important thing I would say, if you're a newbie, is to come in, you know, get yourself acquainted with Brian first. Walk in, check stuff out. Obviously, he's certified. He can put you on a program to get an idea of what your values are, what you're looking for, you know, out of your program. I mean, any questions you may have, or any insecurities, or even motivation. I mean, that's the key of everything, you know, as far as the fitness world, you know. But the main thing is pick his brain. That's what he's here for. That's what he's doing here. He's here to service you guys. All you need to do is step in the door, and then he'll put you, you know, in the right direction. Basically, I mean, like I say, with age-wise, you know, once you get in, once you start hitting on the other side of 40, things change a little bit. Obviously, as you get, you know, 25, 30, things change. But once you hit 40, things change a lot more. You know, you're going to have a little bit more aches and pains and stuff like that. So you're going to have to listen to your body a little bit more, obviously. If you're starting after 50, then again, that's the same type of thing. You know, that's even more. It just matters what kind of shape your body is in the first place before you'd walk in the door. You know, so obviously, if you haven't been doing any physical activities for a long time, you probably should go talk to your doctor first. Make sure everything's good. Get a, you know, release to make sure that he knows that you know, hey, go to it, you know, and then that way it won't be a problem. So basically, what I would, you know, suggest, or even Brian, you know, when you first come in the door, obviously you're going to get in here and get yourself warmed up. You know, Brian's got, look, the equipment here is phenomenal. We got plenty of treadmills, bikes, ellipticals, you name it. You got a big Jacob's ladder here. You got a stepper here. You got a cumbrance sitting here. So basically, there's all kinds of stuff that you can do. You know, if you don't want to do the ellipticals or stuff like that, you can sit on the bike and do that kind of stuff too. So, like I say, the main thing in here is, first thing is, you want to obviously get in here and get warmed up. You definitely do not really want to stretch your muscles if they're not warm, okay? So 5-10 minutes of doing something to get some blood in there, get your body, you know, lubricated, and then you can do some stretching, you know, stuff like that. Now, like I say, treadmills, like I say, if I'm, you know, putting somebody on a client easy, the treadmills are the easiest. I'm not a firm believer of running on a treadmill. I'm not a big firm believer of running at all anymore. I mean, as far as physical activity, I mean, if you're a runner, hey, that's great. You're built for that. That's what you're used to doing. But as far as if you're looking for exercise or just getting, you know, your calories in, calories out, burn type thing, I think you're better off. It's just less demanding on your body, unless you're a young person. I mean, and you enjoy running, hey, that's good. And obviously, if you're trying to gain muscle, you don't want to be running, you know, over a mile anyway, because you're going to beat down your muscle, and it's just going to slow growth progress down. So basically, like I say, you get on a treadmill, walk, get yourself set up. If you're doing it for cardio, vascular-wise, you know, you can do HIIT cardio and stuff like that and get in that aspect of it. And if you're doing it, like I said, if you want to burn body fat, obviously we want to keep our heart rate more monitored. About 75%, that's where you want it at. That way you're going to slow burn body fat. You'll get a little bit better out of that. So like I say, this is where you want to kind of warm up and go from there, like I say. And then we go over to this area over here. And then, like I say, Brian would set you up somewhere in, you know, get you familiar with the machines. If you're already familiar with the machines, then basically you just want to kind of get, you know, probably at least a week, maybe 2 at that, just to kind of get yourself, you know, so that you're not real sore. That, you know, I mean, you want to go through stuff kind of nice and easy, you know, and then after the, you know, initial burn off of getting yourself kind of back to lifting again, then you can get back into lifting a little bit more intense and doing what you really need to do to get your body in shape. So you got any question, anything that you want to throw in there?
Just like Jerry said, there's a lot of equipment here. You don't have to worry about coming in and not having a place to jump and do some cardio, because there's plenty of equipment. There's never like you come in, I can't get on a treadmill because it's full, because there's plenty of equipment. Also, just looking at demographic of members, we have members from high school kids. Our oldest member is 98. So that's a really good thing awesome. For no excuses. A lot of 70, 80-year-olds, and they're here for different reasons. We have one woman, she has osteoporosis, so she comes in because she wants to increase her bone density. We have people with arthritis who just want to come in, hit the bike, loosen up their joints, and makes them feel better. So there's a lot of reasons why people come in, and again, we have a lot of different choices. So yeah, definitely.
Yep. I mean, like I say, age is no number. It's a number. It's like I say, you know, we hang and bang with the young kids. I mean, obviously, we can't throw around the weight we used to throw around, but hey, believe me, there ain't nobody gonna outwork me in the gym. I guarantee that. So, all right, we're gonna go over here and we're gonna go over a couple of these machines, kind of give you an idea what we would throw you on to get you kind of, you know, basically into things, and then, like I say, start maybe like the select dry stuff, and then eventually you'd work into the free weight stuff. All right, let's take a walk over here. All right, welcome back. Basically now we're gonna show you some of these machines. Brian's got what he's got here. All this stuff is hoist stuff. Very good stuff. Very good on your joints. Moves with your body real well. Like I say, you come in basically, and you don't want to mess with. This is your free weights here. Basically, we're talking when we talk free weights. So basically, by free weights, we would say you'd have to, you know, pick up a weight and put it on a machine. These machines here are all select drive machines, so obviously that's not something you'd have to do. So Brian would set up, like I say, come in, get you on however you want. As far as program-wise, again, it comes down to everybody individually is different as far as what they're looking for. If you're looking just for to come in and go through and get some exercise done, hey, that's fine. He can set you up for that. But if you're in your 50s and you want to start putting on a little mass, obviously once you get to that stage, it's a little bit harder to put on mass. But it can be done. But it's just a different structure that, you know, of exercising that you would need to be done, you know, to get that to that outcome. So, like I say, Brian, go ahead. You can show them on that if you want. Like I say, this is a hoist chest machine here. Again, this is something that's real easy. I mean, I would say easy, but I mean it's very easy on the body is when I say easy. And then you can make it as hard as you want to make it. So basically, you come in. This is going to take over and work a lot of pectoral muscle, which is your chest. You're going to get secondary shoulder work and tricep work on just this exercise alone. So
yeah, and everything in this area is really easy to use. There's really good instructions right on the equipment how to use them. You just adjust the seat, adjust the pin for the weight. Now this one, when you start, it starts back a little bit far. So there's a bar right here. You just push and it brings the weight right in front of you. And you just put your feet on the pads, and then you just press.
And you can see how the machine kind of goes. It actually is a real good machine. Oh, and you can see where his hands are there. You can bring them in. You can go wider, or you can bring them even in closer this way. So it's just a variety thing. Again, again, you can see how the seat adjusts. You can bring it up and down. So the lower you go, obviously it's going to bring in more of a regular press. The higher you go, it's going to bring in like a decline type press where it's going to hit more lower pectoral muscle. So, I mean, you can do 3 different exercises just by adjusting the seat on that thing.
And what's nice is all this equipment, it's very, very safe. You don't have to worry about getting hurt. Adjust the seat, pull a pin. You're not throwing weights around. You don't have to worry about pushing something over your head, getting out of balance, getting out of form. So it's great, really easy to use. And this whole area, there's something for every body part. So if you hit this whole hoist area, you'll hit every body part. You have everywhere from calves to your low back, chest, legs, everything. So everything in this area will work every body part. So.
Yep. So like I said, basically this is just your circuit here. Again, you can start here and go to free weights. It doesn't make any difference. But I'm just saying this stuff here is here. And most gyms, like I say, that are good, high-quality gyms, you're going to have this stuff, like I say, and it just gives you a little bit different variety of different exercises, so you don't get bored. On top of, you know, I mean, coming in here, trying different things, and getting a different feel. Every different exercise in here gives you a complete different feel. compared to what you would go do with free weights, because you're linked in. Like I say, if you're doing a dumbbell press, it's just be like doing a dumbbell press and a barbell press, okay? So basically, if you're doing a barbell press, you're kind of fixed here, where a dumbbell press, you can kind of adjust a little bit here and there. So that's the same way with these machines. It's all kinds of different variables that you can adjust, you know, for your body structure, and that's why everything's kind of adjustable. A lot of these machines here, if you got lower back problems, or you know, you can kind of cheat that a little bit too, because obviously you can take the lower unit out on some of these machines. So basically, you just need to come in here, let him take you through everything, give you a setup, guide you through everything, and then you'll be set to go. Now we'll go over here and we'll go over and check out some of the free weights, and we'll talk about, like I said, what I'm talking about what I mean by free weights. Alright guys, now basically this is an area which you would call free weights, okay? Obviously we still have some select drive stuff here, which is a pin related. You put it in a pin, it's like I say, basically you can do a lot of different exercises. But like I say, but now when you get on your free weights here, like I say, you got standing loaded up bars, which basically you can do curls or French presses or press over the head, or you can use rows on these, however, you know, whatever you're set up. If they're fixed, all right, you just pick them and go. And then, like I say, basically you got all kinds of machines, hammer strength machines here. Now these are, again, these are the ones that you're going to have to plate load, okay? There's no weight on that kind of stuff. But again, this kind of stuff here, like the hammer strength, as you sit on that machine there, it takes a lot of your lower back out, so obviously you're not going to have a lot more, you're not going to have to deal with the lower back stress, which you would get, say, on a pullover where you're bending down. So that's kind of what that fixed exercise does there. Like I say, there's all kinds of different things here, and that's what Brian would be here for you to explain, you know, the breakdown of what exercise value you get from using this exercise to that exercise. Because most of these exercises, all these exercises, like most of this stuff here is all back exercises here, that front. But again, as we've talked before, is any of this stuff here, you're always getting secondary stuff. So anytime you're doing a back exercise, you're getting a bicep out of it too. So, and then other parts too. So your core's getting worked at that time too. So there's all kinds of different things that you're going to get on it, you know, one exercise. So again, then you got your dumbbells and stuff like that over here, and basically that you can feel free to try and see what you want to do out of that. But like I said, then back and behind him, there's even more. That's where all the leg equipment is. And then again, you got all select drives. You got some select drive stuff over there, but everything's mostly plate loaded. You got anything you want to throw in there?
No, but this is kind of a lot of times seniors want to come in. We try to get them started on the hoist circuit area, and then eventually they get a little stronger. Then they want to venture out, and then we'll bring them over here. We're showing some things here, just to kind of mix things up, keep them getting bored. But there's so much equipment, so much variation. So yeah, definitely, it's a great place, especially for seniors, older people to start.
Yep, like I say, there's again the free weights. Like I say, it's just a little bit more core stuff. Obviously, there's a lot of guys that come in here that that can throw some weight around. Even the senior citizens do a real good job of that. Again, it's just basically the main thing. What we want you to understand, that he would be understanding, to try to basically make sure that you're hydrated, and then you use strict form. I mean, that's the most important thing. That way, we alleviate any possibilities of any chances of getting injuries. I mean, there's always that chance that something could happen. Basically, but the most important thing, like I say, I can't stress enough, is keeping hydrated in here when you come in. You should be drinking. We've talked about this before, but I can't stress it enough. You need to stay hydrated, okay? Especially senior citizens. You want to make sure that you're keeping a gallon a day of water. You should be hitting that. Keeping your body flushed, coming in here, and that helps keep your joints lubricated. On top of that, coming when you first get up in the morning, first time, once you go to the bathroom, you're already probably much dehydrated, so you should sit down and drink some water right away, get some water in your system, and then, keep drinking throughout the day. Whenever you go to drink water, if you're thirsty and you need water, well, obviously, if you're thirsty, you're probably dehydrated. So, you want to keep yourself hydrated, and that, like I say, then the muscles, when you come in here, are going to work so much better. Like I say, especially the young guys or even us, that's a very important thing for, working on what we call the pump, getting the pump in the gym. If you come in here and you're training, and you're not getting a pump, obviously you're either overtraining or you're dehydrated. It's as simple as that, because you should be getting a good, when I'm talking about a pump, is your muscle, like once you're doing your exercise, your muscles will swell up. You'll get that hard, which lactic acid buildup is what it is, but you get that hard, firm pump. They swell, and that's from water. It's basically you're forcing water into the muscles, and they're swelling. And if you don't have enough water in your system, you're just not going to get that. You're going to be flat. So, and I guess again, it's not only is it good for that, but it's good for your kidneys. It's good for, especially the older you get, you want to make sure you're hydrated so that you're flushing your system all day long. So, like I say, the main thing that we want to stress here is don't be afraid to come in. This guy will set you up. Believe me, that's what he's here for. He loves this kind of stuff, and he'll get up here, get you set on a program, and put you in the right direction. So go ahead and finish up. And
yeah, just don't be afraid to come in. And again, like Jerry said, just ask questions. We want people to come in, start feeling better about themselves, start getting in better shape, being stronger. So yeah, so coming in, we're here to help. Basically, just want to make sure people. We want to make sure you're safe too, so we'll make sure you're doing things correctly. So that's it.
So, like I say, if you have any questions or any comments, please feel free to keep bringing them. We love the questions. Any comments, I get a lot in the gym too. But I'm always here. If if you don't want to sit there and talk to me for an hour, I'll talk to you. But other than that, probably not. No, I'm just kidding you. But obviously, we're here. If like I say, if Brian here, that's what, like I say, that's what he's here for. To give you whatever you need. Any question you have, that's what he's here to do. Answer. Don't be intimidated to ask a question. The dumbest question you ask might be the smartest one. Like I say, we never know. That's why if you're considered a beginner, there's so many questions that get asked, and like I say, some people might think it's the dumbest question in the world, but hey, if you're new to something, it is what it is. So don't be afraid to ask the questions. Like I say, don't be afraid, and that way the knowledge is here for you to pick Brian's brain or my brain, and you'll succeed on your goals and your motivation. So have a good day and get to it.
All right, thank you.